y'all, welcome back to the Rosebud Wreath and Decor channel. I'm Cheryl, and today I'm bringing some bold fall color to your front door with this fun and festive Hello Pumpkin wreath. We're mixing bright orange teals, creamy florals, and playful ribbon patterns, all tied together on a mesh base with a pop of pumpkin charm. If you love fall, but a break from the traditional, this design brings a fresh twist that's just as cozy. Let's jump in and start creating. We're going to use a 14-inch round wire wreath frame, and I've attached a plastic canvas piece to the back so that my sign will lay flat. You'll need a 10-inch roll of mesh, 25 chenille stems, 3 cable tie attachments, a sign, I've got Hello Pumpkin, zip ties, some florals, wire cutters, and hot glue gun. And then I'm going to use a placemat to put on the back. You're going to need 21 of your chenille stems, and you're going to fold them in half. We have 7 sections on the frame, and each section will have 3 chenille stems on it. You're going to place 1 chenille stem on the 3rd row of the wire from the outside going in. You're going to put 1 chenille stem on that row for each section. Now you're going to go to your 2nd row, and you're going to put 2 chenille stems on each section on that row. Now we're going to take our roll of mesh and we're going to scrunch up the end of it. Then we're going to attach it to one of the inside chenille stems. Just going to put it in there and twist it tight. Then you're going to take a zip tie and zip tie the very end of it to help keep the fray away and to hold it secure. We'll clip off the end after we tighten it really good. Now you're going to go around your frame and you're going to make poofs. So on the inside sections of your frame, you're going to do 8-inch poofs. Once you finish that first round of poofs, you're going to go back around again and do a 2nd row of 8-inch poofs on the inside using the same chenille stems that you used before. After you finish your first 2 inside rows, you're just going to go around and straighten and stretch out your poofs. Now we're going to start on our 3rd row, and we're going to take that continued piece, we're going to move on over to that outside row and pull it straight and secure it with that zip tie. Then you're just going to take a zip tie and put it on there so it will hold it in place. We'll be doing 2 more rows of poofs, but the outside rows of poofs will be 7-inch poofs so that we can use the entire roll of mesh. Again, we'll go around twice like we did the inside row. We'll do 2 on the outside as well. Now that we've finished our last row, I've got 1 more poof to make. So then we're going to take the very end of that and we're going to tuck it underneath the poofs. Tie it down with a chenille stem, and then we're going to take another zip tie and we're going to put it on the very end of that roll of mesh to hold it down and to keep it from fraying. Now we're going to go around the outside 2 layers and spread those poofs out like we did on the inside, making it full all the way around the wreath base. And this is the base of your wreath. Now this is the sign that we're going to use, so we're going to go ahead and attach it to the base. So we're going to go ahead and lay it on its face, and I'm going to use cable tie attachments on the back. I will hot glue those to the back. I'll use chenille stems to run through those to add it to the frame. Now that the hot glue has cooled, we're going to go ahead and attach it to our base. We'll run the the chenille stems through the mesh down to the plastic canvas and run it through the back of the canvas and twist it onto it. So now we're going to make bows for our wreath, and these are the colors that we're going to be using. We're going to make a couple of bows, and this is a bow maker called Pro Bow the Hand. And instead of you having to hold the bow as you make it, it has little fingers on it that hold the bow for you so that you can let go of it, and it's a lot easier on your fingers. I'm going to use a chenille stem here to tie off my ribbon. So I take the chenille stem and I wrap it around the end of the bow. The end of the ribbon. Then I'm going to take the top part of that chenille stem and wrap it around what would be your thumb. Take the bottom part of the chenille stem. You probably can't see what I'm doing. And there's a little nail down underneath, and you're going to wrap it around that little nail to hold it in place. And then you're going to work your way backwards on this type of bow. You're going to start from the top and work your way to the bottom. So you start wrapping around the little pegs as your fingers. You hold it with your thumb. You do a twist. And then you wrap it around your first finger to the right. Then you're going to do a pinch and a twist. And do your left part of your bow. You're going to do another pinch and twist to make a third loop for your bow. No, I guess I was only going to make 2 loops for this bow. So then I'm going to stick that second chenille stem in there, wrap it around there, give it a twist so that I can actually let go of it. Now I'm going to start my second ribbon. I'm going to run a tail for this one through the left first and second fingers. Hold it where I ended the last one, twist, pinch, twist, and then wrap it around and make your loop on your first finger. Pinch, twist, make your loop on your first left finger. And that's 2 loops. I'm going to pinch, twist, make a third loop, do another pinch, twist, and make my 4th loop. Now this bow maker does come in handy for those who are not great at making bows because it does the work for you. It measures your loops. It holds the bow for you. All you have to do is a pinch and a twist and wrap it around the fingers. So if you're not great at making bows, and I'm not the best, I can do it, but I have trouble with my joints and my fingers, so I'm getting used to using this one. It's still new to me. So I'm about to start my 3rd ribbon, and it's a 2.5 inch ribbon. And it's got the teal and orange pumpkins on it. So you can just take your loops off those fingers and it's going to hold it for you. Then you can just use those fingers again if you need to. Starting with a tail. And then I'll do the pinch twist. And I will do 4 loops with this ribbon. And then I will do 4 loops with my last ribbon. Now that I've got my bow made, I can just pull my tails down from here and straighten out my tails the way that I want. And it will hold it securely enough that you can tug on those tails and it won't hurt your bow at all. Then I can remove my bow and start fluffing out the loops. And it's secured with those wires or chenille stems that you can get your fingers in there and you can really tug. Now that I've got my bows made, I'm going to attach them to my wreath base. I did make 2 bows. I made one a little bit smaller than the other, and I'm going to place them on the base at a 1 o'clock and a 7 o'clock on the frame, like it was a clock, and the 1 o'clock and the 7 o'clock. I'm just going to take my wire and I'm going to run it through the mesh and the frame and attach it to the back. Now I'm going to take a minute to fluff this bow out just a little bit. Now, I'm not really sure what happened to the next video, but I had gone ahead and put my second bow on and added a 2.5 and a 1.5 inch ribbon, which I ran along each sides of the ribbon to connect them for a really cute look here. Now we're ready to add our florals. I've got my wreath up on my easel board so we can see better to add our florals. We're going to start with these fall ferns. We're going to dip the ends into the hot glue pot, and then we're going to stick the little fern pieces in to different areas of the mesh and bow. I decided to go ahead and go around and cut off all the ends of the chenille stems. Now we'll continue placing our florals. Now that we've got the fern pieces in place where I like them, I'm going to go ahead and start adding in my buds and my flowers here. I've got all my florals in, and now I'm going to do a little bit of fluffing on those ribbons and just finishing it up here. What do you think? I think she turned out really pretty. And just like that, our Hello Pumpkin fall wreath is finished. I love how the teal and orange give it a playful punch. It's cheerful, unique, and ready to welcome your guest. If you enjoyed this tutorial, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. For more DIY wreath, seasonal decor, and creative inspiration every week. Don't forget to share your creations with me. I'd love to see how you make it your own.